What if you scribbled an idea on a napkin and it became a limitless scale tech company poised for exit? What if you had a vision of eliminating an inefficiency in your community, industry, or the world, and you had a chance to co-found a company and bring this product or service to the market? What if we could positively impact every social issue with tech? 10x Tech Tank is the #1 daily show for everything tech entrepreneurship. And whether you are technical or not, you will learn, be inspired, and witness transformation in the making. People will share tech ideas on napkins. People will showcase minimum viable tech products. People will explain their cash-flowing tech companies looking for acceleration. And if the person is right, and their idea is right, and the market is right, and the business model is right, then there's a great chance you will witness some serious magic. We are on a mission to build, scale, and sell 10,000 tech companies in 10 years. And we invite you to make history with us. Together, we achieve more.
Welcome to 10x Tech Tank. My name is Jared Yellin, and I have a dear friend with me today. Please introduce yourself to our wonderful audience.
Thank you so much, Jared. So nice to meet all of you. I look forward to meeting all of you. My name is Shauna Arnott. I'm the founder of Haste and Hustle. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot my name.
No, but I'm so excited. I met you probably close to a year now. And I remember when I knew about Haste and Hustle though, because who doesn't? This community of heart-centered, mission-driven entrepreneurs that are successful, focused on impact, they're changing the world. It's such a special culture. So then we spoke, and I was so excited when I spoke with Shauna the first time because I was painting a picture of this vision. And this vision was build, scale, sell 10,000 tech companies over the next 10 years. And you just got it. You're like, Jared, we have to find something to do together. I'm like, I would love to. And we left and we kind of talked here and there. And then you told me, I love this story. You're like, the night that I met you, I opened up a bottle of champagne. We weren't together. And I just cheersed the universe because I knew that something was going to happen. And I'm like, that is so amazing. Because I always talk about when you have a moonshot, the whole premise of the moonshot is that people start dreaming about you. They think about you when you're not even together because they just see a way that they can do something so meaningful and so big and be part of something. And I'm excited to say that we're partnering up on an incubator.
I know.
And we're going to announce this to the world really soon. It's going to be absolutely amazing for your community and for every heart-centered and mission-driven entrepreneur. But today we're on the tank. And as you know, we're having 2 entrepreneurs pitch us on the tank. And these entrepreneurs are coming with ideas that might be written on a piece of paper. It might be really concept phase. Sometimes they're what we call minimum viable products. So they put a little bit of money into it, but they haven't really launched yet, haven't really figured things out yet. And sometimes there's even cash flowing tech companies that just want to accelerate. They want promotion. They want to bring their products to the world. So we don't know what we're going to see, but we're excited because there's going to be some great entrepreneurs here. And when they're presenting their ideas, their hope is that we say yes to due diligence, but we need your support. As you're watching us tonight, please make sure in the comments below, share the ideas you love and tell us why. And at the same time, if you stand against an idea, politely tell us why, so you can help influence our decision. Because this is the dream of every entrepreneur. They have an idea, now they have a platform, and this might just be the pitch that changes their life forever. So let's invite them in. Who's our first entrepreneur joining us in the tank?
What if you knew about Instagram or Slack or Clubhouse when the company was raising a friends and family round at $10,000 per person? What if you were able to see all the tech companies that Grant Cardone and Jared Yellin have co-founded in one place and invest in any that excite you? What if you were able to expand your portfolio into early stage tech companies with extraordinary founders and teams? 10x Tech Angels is the most unique investment club that you will ever find because not only will you see some of the most innovative tech companies at the lowest valuations ever, but you will also be educated on how to pick tech winners, meet other members of our community, and experience the excitement associated with taking an early idea to exit. Become one of the founding members of 10x Tech Angels for an exclusive offer with some extraordinary bonuses. To learn more, visit 10xtechangels.com.
We're back in the tank with another entrepreneur. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Morning. I'm Jose Campos and this is Alex Hernandez and we're calling from Miami, Florida.
Awesome. Right next door to us. So we're excited to have you. You have 5 minutes. Please share your big tech idea. Take it away.
All right, we're going to share our screen really quick. Okay. Can you see that okay?
Yep. You're great. Office mates, go for it.
All right, we are Office Mates, a mobile application that provides remote workers with an efficient solution for finding the perfect work environment for every situation.
So we know that Office Mates will decentralize and disrupt the co-working industry, an industry that's predicted to grow another $13 billion over the next 5 years. You couple that with how comfortable people have become with sharing applications and layer the effects of this pandemic, and we saw a great opportunity to revolutionize what it means to work remotely, all with the added benefit of giving small businesses and individuals an opportunity for new revenue streams. The challenges we see is that remote working and the current alternatives are not the most conducive to day-to-day needs. We both work remotely, which has been great, but we both also have families, homes, and a bunch of other distractions. And even when all those things are giving us the right space to work, then there's no one to bounce ideas off of without trying to video call a colleague, and God knows what they might be in the middle of. And even then the connection might be glitchy. So alternatively, companies like Regis and WeWork have attempted to answer this challenge, but most are too expensive, not flexible enough, but for the most part, in areas where everyday suburban professional would still need to commute to. Our solution is a centralized resource through a mobile app that brings the best of remote working, co-working, and traditional work models together. The model is simple. Our hosts, whether small businesses, big companies, or individuals, basically anyone that has an underutilized workspace, they register, create a profile that includes pictures, their capabilities, or any amenities that they feel add value to their list. On the other side, our working professionals, what we call our pros, also register and create profiles. When the need arises, our pros can sign in, do a search for an office, a meeting space, a presentation space, or just a simple desk. Our hosts get alerted, and if it's a good match, they approve the request and off to work we go. Excuse me. Go to the next slide, please.
Are you guys done?
No, so our model is based on a point system, right? Our users buy points for use as needed. Each product or service is listed and has a point value assigned to it. Each transaction is charged a fee, and the difference is paid out to the host. Our monetization model, from a monetization standpoint, revenue will come from multiple streams. We start with basic freemium type model where pros can buy points on an as-needed basis. Additionally, we'd offer subscription plans on a monthly, quarterly, or annual basis. And finally, corporate packages or value packs that would offer some level of volume discount. Additional revenue streams include vendor partnerships, a professional services hub, and even traditional ad units and marketing sponsorships. The key to our success will be inventory. If professionals can see that they have viable options, usage will grow exponentially. We see a three-step go-to-market strategy, focusing first on recruiting hosts. We can treat them to upgrades to their facilities, to the internet, security, even coffee and snacks, selling them on the revenue opportunity, but also aligning to the future of work that will have a halo effect on their business. We will follow that just a half step behind with an aggressive acquisition strategy to get users. Both could start in key markets where, especially markets that have expansive suburban areas like Miami, New York, and Chicago. And lastly is partnering with large businesses to leveraging the ever-growing remote workforce.
You asked why we're the right people to bring our ideas to life. And the truth is we spend a lot of time together, and the majority of the time is talking about ideas. And out of all of the ideas we had, this one resonated most. We both lived through the challenges and we're solving for and have the skill sets to make our successful, and the support and expertise was all you could bring to this business. We know we both work hard and are willing to put the time, our end goal to provide our families in such a way we will never have to worry about their futures. Ultimately, the 10X Incubator is perfect partner for many obvious reasons that are core to your success: developing, marketing, ties, real estate, and business enterprise, all under one roof. But more importantly, we see a great fit in your approach to work. We see Office Mates as a way to see many people succeed, and that's exciting to us and in line with what we see in you all. We believe solving important challenges for the future of work at the same time are creating opportunities for anyone that has a space that's underutilized to easily make money. Office Mates, this is how we work smarter.
Awesome. Great presentation, guys. Really appreciate it. You can stop sharing your screen now. Great job. So what are you currently working on today? Are you working on this? Do you have another career path? Like, give me a little bit of your background and your skill set.
Yeah, so this is kind of something that we're working on kind of on the side. We both have regular 9-to-5s. I work in marketing and media, and Jose works in sales.
Cool, awesome. And how much of this is built to this point? Is it more just a concept, which is totally fine if it is, but or have you gone out and hired a UI UX designer to create a prototype and then hired some back end or front end engineer to start coding it? Like, how far along in the process are you?
So right now we've gone through, it's just an idea where we've gone through the architecture from an outline perspective, and we've been interviewing with potential coders and developers.
Cool. What does the competitive landscape look like? Is it obviously there's WeWorks in major cities and there's quite a few of them, but is there any other platform / marketplace that you found that is connecting someone who wants to work remote with co-working locations?
No, we've done a lot of the research, searching for ourselves. And again, the models like WeWork, we don't see anyone else playing in this space to kind of capitalize on that sharing sort of environment.
Sean, what are your thoughts? Questions?
Yeah, that's great. So what I'd like to know is a little bit more about the team. So is it just the two of you right now, and you both have you cover marketing, media, and sales? How confident are you in your sales skills? I think that's such an important part of building a business.
Well, that's something, we're definitely 100% confident in our sales ability to get this pushing forward with our experience in media. In all reality, this concept of the way we're thinking is going to sell itself. It's to the point that anybody with any space, from a cubicle to a garage to a conference room, to somebody that has a photo studio, music studio, we're going to give them the ability to make their underutilized space easily rentable at any point. So our experience, we're there, we can market it out, and at the same time, it's just a no-brainer.
So if we didn't exist, how do you do this on your own? So what does that look like? I'm always curious how badly an entrepreneur wants it. Like, is this like, oh, cool, there's a show. If I pitch it and they say yes, I'm all in. But if they don't say yes, I'm just going to go back to my sales and marketing job. So like, what does it look like if we don't exist for you to actualize this idea?
Yeah. So again, we spend a lot of our time talking about all the ways that we can do other things. And this is one that we've gone, headfirst into. And, we're lucky enough to have people within our circles that work in development and work in to give us an opportunity to build this further, right? So I used to work with a team of developers that we've already started to kind of go down the path with. So at any point we could move this forward, but we see the value in what the 10X Incubator brings, right? The idea to have all of that stuff under one roof, obviously, as beginning in this business in tech, because it's been there in the fringe, it's never been what we've really gone head into. A partner like 10X obviously makes this exponentially easier.
And we had the plan to move forward with our company and make this come to life with different individuals that we met, and we haven't made a decision. In all reality, I ran into your advertisement at 10X and go, all right, let's pause this for 1 second. Let's meet with you guys and see where we could go from there before we go on to the next step.
That's awesome. Any other questions?
Yeah, I think that, this sounds like a really great idea. Do you have, when I look at your go-to-market strategy, you're focusing on recruiting hosts first and then customer acquisition. So do you have a plan, a very specific outlined plan, or is that something that you're still working on in terms of developing who you're going to go after for hosts? And then if you're working in, this is a two-part question, and if you're working in different markets, in different states, are there rules and regulations that you're aware of that might prevent you from accessing real estate and doing this kind of business in different states, across different states?
Great question.
So the idea would be to focus on one market at a time, and obviously, Miami being our backyard, being here, we have approached different businesses that we are familiar with that have space, and all have been interested in participating in whatever that initial beta would be, and it's different office spaces in different parts of the city. So That would be our initial strategy, is going into at least to the people that we know, that we have relationships with, and then using those as links to grow from there. Again, and when we say that attracting hosts versus users, one versus the other, it's kind of like that half step behind, right? It's just that if there's not anything on the platform, there's nothing for anyone to run into. So it's kind of the chicken or the egg. But we know that the host, the inventory of hosts will be a big selling point to users.
Cool. Let's hear what our audience thinks. So what are your thoughts? Would you use this platform? The whole concept of working remote and co-working spaces has become the thing to do. And are you looking like regularly to try to find unique and fun places to go, but you have no platform to access them? So should we move forward in due diligence? What do you think, Shauna?
I think it's a really neat concept. I can actually see some different ways to even develop it, just from, utilizing almost like an Airbnb strategy. I know everyone says that, but, pulling together resources from people who are just at home, who have space, and making that accessible. Because I live in a smaller town, and there's not a lot of, there's actually one co-working space in our entire community, and it's not that great. So I never go there. But I think it's a great idea. I think it just, understanding the concept and how to expand it is really the key, because you really have to be able to be accessible in multiple markets. Yeah,
that's going to be the key. So I'm a yes to move due diligence. I'll tell you why. There's definitely a need for a platform like this. Any marketplace has some challenges associated with it. So in due diligence, I want you to really think about this, because we have to sell at least two characters here, right? And you've spoken to this. You need the host and the person looking for the co-working space. And how are we going to literally do that? So how are we going to get the host on the platform? What's going to excite them? What's going to motivate them to set up their profiles? Are we setting it up for them? That might be your answer. And on the other side how are we going to get the people looking for the co-working space? Where are they looking now? Where are they congregating now? But you did a great job with your presentation. I could tell there's a lot of thought that has been put into it. Let's do due diligence. We'll go deeper. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you for coming to the tank. All right, after commercial break, we'll have another entrepreneur in the tank.
What if there was a simple business toolkit that got you paid by your clients, customers, and patients? What if you can set up your account in seconds and begin benefiting from all of the features in minutes? What if this entire platform is free? Business Toolkit is revolutionizing the way small businesses and sole proprietors are running their businesses by enabling you to manage your sales process from one platform from start to finish. Imagine canceling your expensive scheduling software, or discontinuing your clunky invoicing software, or eliminating your pricey task management software, and instead using one platform, your Business Toolkit, to drive your business forward. And don't forget, Business Toolkit is free. Sign up ASAP and begin saving money while you make way more money than ever before.
We are back from commercial break with another entrepreneur in the tank. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Megan Winters from Mason, Michigan.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being here. We're really excited to hear your big tech idea. So you have 5 minutes. Please take it away.
Awesome. Thank you. First, I think it's really important to tell my story and how I ended up here. My background was as a special education teacher, an assistive tech coordinator, a teacher consultant, and then I was an assistant principal in a school. As a special educator in the classroom, I worked with many students on the autism spectrum. And during my time in the classroom, I identified a need in the world that would not only help the families I worked with, but could help anyone of any ability. One of the common characteristics of a person on the autism spectrum is difficulty with transitions or going to new places for the first time if it's out of routine. And because of this, many families that I worked with were not having typical family experiences like going to the movies or going to a restaurant or traveling. The most recent CDC statistic states that 1 in 44 children is now diagnosed with autism. So that means in 18 years, 1 in 44 adults is going to be on the autism spectrum. And we have to start planning ahead to have accommodations in place that can make our communities inclusive and welcoming to all. This experience, paired with inspiration from one of my best friends, Jessica. Jessica had muscular dystrophy and was a person that used a wheelchair to navigate through life. She and I lived together in college, So I also had an opportunity to understand accessibility from the perspective of a person that has a physical disability. Jessica is now my angel and walking alongside me on this journey to create a tool that not only is life-changing for families that have loved ones with disability, but really benefits all people. Jessica's passing was the event in life that finally gave me the courage to make the dream of AbleEyes a reality. 4 years ago, the business was born. AbleEyes is a virtual tour hosting site created with accessibility at the heart of it, allowing users with both physical and invisible disabilities an opportunity to explore all types of places beforehand to assess accessibility and decrease anxiety, but it helps all people know before you go. And when I say the term virtual tour, I mean the type of tour that you see on Google Maps where you can kind of click through a place, or in real estate where you can view a place ahead of time at your own pace. Our platform started as a website, but will soon be in app format as well. It's a virtual tour hosting site hosting virtual tours from around the world in one easy place to help people access their community and travel with comfort and ease. It's intended to work a little bit like Yelp, where you're able to choose a location and or an industry and find the places around you that have a virtual tour and explore ahead of time. In addition to helping people using AbleEyes for free, it's a powerful marketing tool for the businesses we partner with. The businesses are the ones that pay for the service as a marketing tool and can also be used on their website to attract customers of all abilities. Currently, our revenue stream comes from two places. Businesses pay for us to provide a virtual tour for them at a one-time fee, which also includes a package of marketing benefits. And the other is businesses pay a yearly fee to subscribe and add an existing virtual tour to our database and gain access to those same marketing benefits. In 2021, we increased our revenue by over 100% from the previous year. And my opinion is that a lot of that was due to the pandemic, increasing the use of virtual means to share products and businesses. From a disability perspective, it certainly created a new wave of empathy and understanding for what it's like to feel isolated at home or what it's like to feel nervous going out into the community. Lastly, diversity, equity, access, and inclusion, or DEAI efforts are at the forefront of many business agendas as goals for the future. AbleEyes is a way of taking that step forward in accessibility while gaining a powerful marketing tool. The past 4 years of dreaming and learning and grinding have brought us to the tipping point of asking for assistance. The business has proven to be beneficial for both users and businesses, and the scalability is worldwide and limitless with the right resources behind us. AbleEyes has an opportunity to make that number millions. We're launching our app, our subscription program, and an affiliate program that will take the business to the next level, but need the financial resources, marketing, and business expertise to make every hotel, store, museum, restaurant, park, library, zoo, and public location AbleEyes accessible. Stepping away from the schools and a career I loved was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made. However, I know this is the path I'm meant to take. This is what I was meant to do and how I will change the world for the better. I'd love to take you along for the ride to make the world a better, more accessible place.
Awesome. Thank you for what you're doing. Unfortunately, there's such a need for it, but thank you for stepping in and using your expertise. My wife was a special education teacher at a school in New Jersey that was only for children on the spectrum that were nonverbal. There was like 112 students. It was extremely expensive to go to the school, but it was like a fascinating environment because the children were so smart. They couldn't communicate. So they were using the iPad, and that was how they were communicating. And she's an occupational therapist now, so I really understand the need for this. So I have a question for you. How does it work right now? So a business says, I want to integrate AbleEyes into my business. Are you then sending somebody to the business to take pictures or create video, and then you're actually creating the tour? Like, speak through the actual process of a business that says, yes, I want to.
Okay, so yeah, a business says yes, and yes, so locally we have some photographers here that can go out, but we also have a network of photographers worldwide. So I'm in Michigan. If somebody in California wants a virtual tour, we will contract out a photographer in California to do that virtual tour for that business. And then when that happens, the virtual tour goes on our website, it goes on their website, so they get the embed code. for it, it goes on their Google business listing and it would go on our app. And then as far as marketing, we do a lot of social media promotions. We provide them with a window decal, a QR code, a website badge, like a lot of just everything that says, you know, we are a business that's welcoming customers of all abilities, and this is how we're doing it.
Got it. So what's the cost, the setup fee, and then what's the annual fee?
So it's based on square footage. We have, you know, something that's, we'll say small, like a, I don't know, an ice cream shop or something like that would probably be under $1,000. We've also done campuses that have been $20,000. So there's a huge range based on the size of the job. And then for the businesses that subscribe, so when we provide those tours, we're very intentional about including accessibility information. So going into the restrooms and showing the handicap stalls and showing the entrances and showing where the elevators are. However, there are also a lot of virtual tours out there already that are being used for marketing, and some information is better than no information. So we're welcoming those virtual tours onto our site as well. So if, again, a company in California has a virtual tour already, they can subscribe and add that to our database, which then they get all of those same marketing benefits. And that is either $99 per year for the length of, or $99 per year for those businesses subscribing, or $399 for the lifetime of the tour, because we worked with some like municipalities and things. They don't necessarily love the monthly payments. That doesn't work in some systems. So we did a lifetime subscription as well.
That's great. Is there any way that you work with the government or local governments, federal government, with their procurement agencies to access some of the funds that are supported through inclusion and ability or accessibility rules and regulations to access government buildings and schools, university campuses, all those sorts of things? Is that a strategy that you're looking at?
I mean, that's certainly on my slew of dreams of strategies. You know, I guess my hope is that, you know, invisible disabilities are, so ADA is incredible and we've come a long way because of it, but it's really specific to mostly physical disabilities. And we don't really have accommodations out there that are required for someone who has an invisible disability. And there are a lot of them. I mean, think about how many people right now have anxiety going out into the community. Or somebody that has post-traumatic stress disorder, or someone that has autism. So I guess my grand hope for this is that it becomes an accommodation that's required or expected for businesses to have.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. If it ended up becoming, you know, a regulated, you know, situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it starts somewhere.
That's my big dream.
So do you think there's any way to avoid having to hire a local photographer to do this, and the business could just sign up and use the app, and the app guides them to taking certain footage, and then it just takes it, it aggregates it, and it creates their virtual tour for them? So you're not trying to find that local photographer to do this, and instead of it being $1,000 to $20,000, they can just get going. Like they can just sign up and get going. We could scale faster. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I guess it's not, I haven't considered that up to this point, but I'm not opposed to it. I know that the struggle that we're having is that it's so infinitely scalable that having the resources to make that happen efficiently is where the struggle is. And that is a possible solution to that problem.
Got it. And then, so what would the app do? Because right now, I would recommend you, like you generated cash flow, right? So what was your revenue in 2021?
We were just under 100,000 in 2021.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
it's literally like beyond amazing. Like, you should be so proud of yourself. And you have the website, and the app will just make it more on the go for your end user to find the locations that have this service available to them as accommodation. But what else do you see the app doing? Because the one thing I'm not seeing is why you need to have like a true tech partner in this. Like, you might be able to just do this completely on your own because you've already done it on your own. So what would be the vision for the app? Like, what utility can the app play beyond just watching the various businesses that have a virtual tour like this?
Yeah, I think there is potential for some pretty incredible marketing benefits. Like there could be social media marketing packages involved. So different levels of marketing for, say, a level 1 has, 10 promoted ads per year. Level 2 has 20. So I think there's a lot of ways that this can also become a marketing type company. And although it's created from the heart of accessibility, I really want to say that we've had so many people that do not have an identified disability that love using this because they want to see the hotels that they're going to. So it's really intended to be a universal design, but never want to lose heart or lose where it starts from. And that's the accessibility piece.
How many locations currently have Ableize integrated into their website right now?
Just under 1,000.
Wow, that's absolutely awesome. You're extraordinary. Firstly, I want to just honor you, to have a very stable career that I'm sure is rewarding in many ways, and be willing to let go of that for this more significant vision of creating impact. You are entrepreneurship. Just know that. It is so impressive what you've done, and then the fact you've been able to make $100,000 the past year, it's absolutely extraordinary. And you're making impact too, right? It's not like you're just making money. It's an impact business. What does everybody think about this wonderful entrepreneur? Should we move forward in due diligence? What are you thinking, Shauna?
I love it. And when you say infinite scalability, in my mind, I'm like, oh, everyone thinks that. But I actually agree. There is so much opportunity here. And my mind is kind of reeling with all the potential down the road. And I always think, in that way. So I think it's wonderful. I also love the impact. I love the way that you're supporting. I think that you have a huge heart. I can just see it through the screen. So, I'm all in.
Yeah, so I'm a yes as well. What I want you to really think about, though, when you come into due diligence, is how do we avoid having to have a photographer locally do the shoot? Because that's the logistical challenge. Because if all of a sudden tomorrow we promote this and 10,000 businesses are like, let's do it, you're like, what did I just get myself into? How do you scale that? That's so much logistical challenge to find the photographer, have them do the shoot, send you the video, upload the video. What if the app just did it? What if the app were to direct the business to go to certain spots around their facility? Like you said, some virtual tour is better than no virtual tour. So maybe there's a more optimal way of doing it, and eventually we could get there. But if we could find a way to remove the photographer from the experience, they could just do it in the app so it's automatically loaded and searchable, and then we could send them a little package in the mail so they can put decals on their windows still. We could do all that nice high touch stuff. But I want to see you scale to hundreds of thousands of businesses. I'm sure you do as well. But congratulations, I'm a yes. But think about that. Remove any limits from your mind of what's possible, and then show up for due diligence, and we'll go deeper with you. All right, there you have it. 10x Tech Tank. What are your thoughts? Entrepreneurs pitching us. You can see their dreams, right?
I love it.
How does it feel?
Well, the reason I love entrepreneurship, especially at this stage, is because you see people's excitement, enthusiasm. They're all in. They're in that stage, right? And that's my favorite stage. Yeah. I used to work a lot with university students, and they were the same. Yeah. I just love that energy. And so, when I see these guys pitching, they are working so hard every day, and this is their central focus. Yeah. And so for them to come and and they're just doing everything they can to make it work.
It's awesome.
And that they're so serious about it, and so I love it.
It's so cool.
Such a fun energy.
The team always jokes me. They always say, "Jared, you only like puppies. You don't like dogs." And what they mean by that is this is that stage when they're just like these puppies, and they're just willing to try anything, and and they have all this energy, and it's so cool too. Even that last pitch with Megan, that she is the relevant background, expertise in the subject. Could have just continued on with that path, right? She went from being a special education teacher to a assistant vice principal. Could have become a principal. Incredible career path. Thank you to all the teachers out there that are working so hard to support our children. But she's like, no, there's something bigger for me. Yeah. There's something bigger.
I know. Well, that's what I always think. Essentially, entrepreneurs are problem solvers. Yeah. And I love Naveen Jain always says entrepreneurs are the greatest because they're actually trying to create a better world. Yeah. And they may not be the actual scientists or whatever, they may be non-technical tech founders, but they have the passion for whatever that impact is they're trying to have. And I think that's what's really important. When you look at a really great entrepreneur and a really great company, it usually has, you know, a very significant point of why they want to do something, what the problem is in the world that they're trying to solve. And that's when I look at a company, that's what I always try to assess. Are they really solving a problem, or is this just something they, you know, invented for fun to make a little bit of money? That's great too.
Totally.
But that's, you know, that's not, you know, the infinite scalability that, you know, a large problem solving solution is, right?
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah. And we thank you. Thank you for coming and joining us. We host this show Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 Pacific Time. And we do it for the entrepreneur to pitch, but we really do it for you watching. And the reason why we do it for you watching is we know there's going to be some episode where you're watching, you're like, wow, that person looks and sounds like me. Yeah. Like if they can do it, I can do it. I've had this idea in my wallet now for like 6 years. It's the next big thing. And I didn't know where to go with it. I have this black book of all my genius and I'm gonna give it to my kids. Like they're gonna be the ones that execute on it. But now it's your opportunity. It's your opportunity to share your big tech idea. Because this is a safe space. We want to say yes. Like you have the chance to hear 2 yeses on the show. That doesn't always your good luck. Like that doesn't always happen. There's sometimes we say no, but we always say no with direction. Like, hey, we don't see it right now. Try this and then come back to us. So have the courage right now. Head over to pitch10x.com, Pitch 10x.com. That's the number 10, and submit your idea. Our team will review it. And if we see potential, we're going to invite you on the show to present your vision, your dream in this really safe environment where we want to say yes. We're motivated to say yes. And when the right person shows up with the right idea in the right market and the right business model, we say yes, let's move forward. So thank you for being here. We appreciate your presence. Thank you for being our guest, bringing some good luck to us with these 2 wonderful pitches. And we'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.
Which napkin will become the next exit? Which MVP will evolve into a unicorn? Which cash-flowing tech company will reach the next level? Our hope and desire is that it's yours. Your idea, your MVP, your cash-flowing tech company. Now is your time. Head over to 10xincubator.com and submit your idea so that you get on the tank and give us the chance to transform your napkin into an exit. That's 10xincubator.com. That's 10xincubator.com. Let's go.